Do you love the idea of a capsule wardrobe, but maybe it's felt a little bit too complicated? All those different pieces, mixing and matching, trying to figure out what you want to actually have in your own capsule. Well, today I've got your back. I'm going to share with you how to create a capsule wardrobe based on style uniforms. So keep listening to figure out the major steps that you need to take to get an amazing capsule wardrobe. Hey there, lovely. Welcome to Personal Style for Christian Women. Are you tired of walking into your closet and feeling like you have nothing to wear? Do you feel frustrated when you look in the mirror and feel frumpy and icky in your clothes? Do you want to build a wardrobe that is authentic, timeless, and easy in a way that honors God and His plan for beauty and femininity? Hey there, I'm Stacey. I'm a crazy busy homeschooling mom of 6. I used to look in the mirror frustrated and uncomfortable in my clothes and wish that I could just look and feel good and maybe get a compliment from my husband. I wanted to have fewer clothes that I really loved, discover my personal style to feel joyful and creative, and appreciate my body at every size and stage. But I was terrified what people would think if I dressed for myself and let go of trends and expectations. Then I discovered how to have confidence in the way God created me and His plan for beauty. In this podcast, you'll find style tips from color to body type, the magic of having less with a capsule wardrobe, and biblical mindset tips so you can bring your inner beauty to the outside. So go put in your favorite earrings, fix that hair, and let's dig in. Are you ready to know all the secrets and tricks for building a capsule wardrobe the easy way, the authentic way that lets you wear what you love every day and always feel good in your clothes? I would love to invite you to the Sailing into Style Capsule Wardrobe Workshop I am hosting in November on November 17th. This is going to be a 2-hour, maybe 3, since there's a lot of content. This is going to be a free workshop I'm hosting to walk you through how to plan, curate, and refine your capsule wardrobe. I'm super excited to sit down and just dump out all of this information that I have learned over the last many years of working to create my own capsule wardrobe and finally getting to where I wanted to be, the simple lessons I've learned, the things that you actually need to do. So if you're interested in joining us for this free workshop on November 17th, I will post the link below. It is the Sailing into Style Capsule Wardrobe Challenge. So sign up now and be sure to join us and just embrace your own capsule wardrobe process. Last week on the podcast, we talked about style uniforms and I gave you a little introduction to this concept, and I shared with you the amazing benefits that I personally have experienced in my own life and those that my clients have experienced by really simplifying things and adopting this concept. Now, when you think about this concept, you can either make it really simple or you can make it fairly complex, which is really interesting, how this one simple idea of wearing the same thing on repeat can actually be fairly complicated. But there are some steps that you need to take at the starting point, really, to help you create your very first style uniform and get started on this process. Now, you can make an amazing capsule wardrobe with one style uniform. You can also make a wardrobe with 3, 4, 5 different style uniforms. It looks a little bit less like a capsule because it's starting to get a little maximalist, but that's the thing about this process of style uniforms is that you can use it to be a minimalist or you can use it to contain your maximalism as it will. So I'm going to share with you several steps today. I think I have 5 steps on the list here that you need to go through in order to create your own style uniform capsule wardrobe. The very first thing that I'm going to tell you is to create a color palette. If you don't have a color palette and you're trying to manage your wardrobe, stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Don't do anything else. Like literally stop. Okay. You need a color palette for your wardrobe. You need a set of parameters, a set of colors that you are working from and working with so that everything looks cohesive and it works together. I've said this before. I've been beginning to feel like I'm repeating myself a lot here lately, which I think that's a good thing. But really, it helps you to shop. It helps you to declutter. It helps you to organize. It helps you to match your clothing together to get more wear out of it. It does so many things for your wardrobe. So step number 1, create a color palette. If you would like a free resource, there is one below in the show notes. You can go to createacolorpalette.com and get your free template there to start creating your own color palette. And like I said, if you haven't done this, stop right now, pause me, go do this before you try to do anything else, please. Okay. Number 2, when it comes to creating your style uniforms, determine your personal style. This is kind of a big one. I don't really have a single template for you to give you here because there's really so much that goes into this process, right? There is defining your style using words and goals and really putting labels on it so that you know what you're communicating. You're being intentional with what you're wearing and how you show up to portray a certain image to the world, right? But there are also things that go into this like your essence, which is really how God created you, the vibe that you give off that you can't really avoid giving off, that people just see in you naturally. There are also things like your body structure, the way that your bones are made, the way that your flesh sits on your bones, and how clothes interact with those two things, and how to make choices that really align with your body in a natural way and that show off the things that are unique and lovely about you while also minimizing the things that you may want to downplay, right? And so your personal style and determining it can be a little bit of a longer journey because there are a lot of things that go into this one. But this really is the true second step, is refining and defining your personal style, knowing what it means, being able to express it written or verbally in a way that makes sense so that you can use this as a test and as a lighthouse for the clothing that you wear and the outfits that you put together. All right, now the third step on creating a style uniform capsule wardrobe is really a biggie. This is a really important step. This is one that you really need to get right to be able to move forward confidently. And we're calling this designate your style base. So when we talk about your style base, these are the 1 or 2 items of clothing that you're wearing directly on your body. If you listened to last week's episode, I talked about what constitutes an outfit, and I called that 2 or 3 pieces because typically a full outfit includes a completer piece, which is that third piece, sometimes second, that third piece that we wear, like a blazer or a cardigan or a vest or a jacket, etc. But your style base is the 1 or 2 pieces that go directly on your body underneath this completer piece. We're not talking about completer pieces right now. That's way on down the road, okay? The first thing you have to do when it comes to creating the outfit itself is to designate your style base. And I call this a style base because you have to find a consistent silhouette in your clothing. And maybe I should define the word silhouette right quick. So the silhouette of your clothing is the basic shape that it creates. And we're talking about, I'll use the example of a dress because it makes more sense. When you look at the different shapes of dresses, because it's one piece and a little bit easier to explain, you have everything from bodycon dresses to shift dresses to fit and flare dresses to wide unconstructed dresses, right? Each one creates a silhouette or a shape in the way it hangs and lays on the body. And one of the tricks here when it comes to your style base is creating the same silhouette with your clothing. And not just the silhouette itself, but also the lines of the outfit. For example, think about the difference between a t-shirt that has a V-neck top versus a crew neckline. It's a small difference. It doesn't really affect the overall silhouette of your outfit. However, it can affect how you wear accessories. It can affect how you wear completer pieces. It can affect quite a lot of things as in regards to your outfit. And so these are the kind of really small details that you have to pay attention to when it comes to designating your style base. And ideally, you want your style base to be the same silhouette with the same lines and the same shapes so that it makes adding other things later so much easier, because you know that the main core of your outfit, the style base of your outfit, is the same. You don't have to make those decisions over and over again about matching silhouettes and making sure they work for you because you've gotten this core piece correct the first time. Now that you've done this, the step 4 in this process is to duplicate your style base using the 4-piece wardrobe method. Now, you've heard me talk about the 5-piece capsule wardrobe. This is something totally different, right? This is my own creation when it comes to how many items do we need. So I want you to imagine that your style base, and I always use this one because it's pretty simple, and I actually have a client who has used the same style base for about 20 years. And so I just love to use this one because it's really easy to see and visualize. So imagine that your style base is a V-neck t-shirt and a pair of straight leg jeans, okay? Really simple. Nothing elaborate, nothing complicated here, right? So assuming that you did number 1 and you didn't skip that step because it's the most important step, we're going to duplicate the V-neck shirt and the straight leg jeans times 4. This means that you will buy 4 different V-neck shirts very similar in style and 4 different pair of jeans very similar in style. Now, when you duplicate these, I even have a deeper process to talk about here, right? So you want to go for 2 neutrals and 2 colors for each of your pieces, all right? And when I say colors, I also mean that you can include a print here if that's what you really want. You could include 2 prints if you wanted, but the idea is to have a really nice core of neutrals and colors mixed together. So imagining this scenario, perhaps we would get 4 V-neck t-shirts, 1 in navy, 1 in ivory, 1 in red, and 1 in a floral print, right? And then we're going to get 4 pair of our straight leg jeans. Maybe we'll get a dark denim, a medium denim, a black, and maybe a white because we want to live on the wild side. I don't know. And so when you think about it these ways, or maybe a color, maybe you want to get a nice colored jean. Maybe that'll work for you. But you can see the process here is once you have this, you now have 8 pieces of clothing, which when you mix them and match them together, I believe it gives you 16 outfits. For some reason, my math seems off at the moment. But yeah, so now you have 16 different varieties of your style base. And this is a great place to start with one style uniform. You can see how this makes a beautiful capsule wardrobe because you have a great base that you're working with. And now you get to have some fun because step 5 here is to add completer pieces, accessories, and shoes to really increase the ability to create new looks with your outfit. Once upon a time in this process, I used to tell my clients to choose completer pieces that were the same as if we did with our style base, but I've actually loosened up the rules a little bit because what I've realized in my own experimentation and watching my clients is that if you get the style base right, if you get the silhouette of your style base correct on the first pass and you've got it nailed down really well, you can experiment a little bit more with your completer pieces. You can work with ones that are a little bit more fitted. You can look, for example, cardigans may be short or long. That one is a little bit of a trickier fix. But you can go with more fitted styles, more relaxed styles, because overall, your basic silhouette of your outfit is the same, right? So you're just adding interest, visual interest with these completer pieces. Also, you get to add shoes. Different kinds of shoes can change the outfit just a little bit without really affecting how the silhouette fits on your body. Because remember that style base that we picked is flattering for you, right? We're not messing with the lines of your clothing and putting you in something that's no longer flattering, right? So adding different shoes can just add some visual interest. And of course, don't forget your accessories, right? How we wear our accessories makes a big difference. And these include things like earrings. You know, you could wear stud earrings or you could wear statement earrings. Both of them create a different look. Scarves can create a much different look. The type of necklace you wear also can create a different look. Even little things that aren't part of your outfit, like how you wear your hair, can totally make a difference in how these outfits come across. So while initially having 8 basic pieces of clothing, plus about what I usually recommend when I recommend building a full capsule for this, is that you would have 4 tops, 4 bottoms, 4 completer pieces, 4 pair of shoes, and then there's a little bit more that goes into it. If you're interested in that, you can listen to the episode on the 100-piece wardrobe, and that explains this concept just in a little bit different way. But ultimately, if you build one style uniform, you can create a capsule wardrobe out of that, which essentially has 16 to 20 pieces of clothing, and you get at least 64 outfits out of just one style uniform. It's really an amazing process for creating a capsule wardrobe, keeping your wardrobe pretty small. And like I said, if you are not a minimalist and you're not that interested in a capsule wardrobe, you can also use this concept to help you refine your maximalist wardrobe just by having more style uniforms in your arsenal. And of course, you would go back to step 3. Really, you don't have to, once you figured out your color palette and determined your personal style, you don't really have to do those again every time you create a style uniform. You would go back to step 3, you would create the style base, you would duplicate it with the 4-piece wardrobe, and then you would add the appropriate completers and accessories, which, to be honest, when you start multiplying your style uniforms, you'll find that a lot of times the completer pieces that you have, your shoes, accessories, they span your entire wardrobe. So you're not needing to buy as many things for each style uniform. And so that's the method. I'm totally giving it away to you guys because it's fantastic. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. You should wear what you love every single day. You should walk into your closet and everything in there should feel like a friend that you want to put on your body. None of it should make you feel guilty. None of it should make you feel bad about yourself. None of it should cause you to feel like, well, I should wear this because, right? No, you should just want to wear it just because you love it. And that is what having a style uniform does for you. It allows you to wear what you love every single day that fits you, that flatters you, and brings out the best in who you are and lets you show up in the way that you intend to be seen. Hey there, gorgeous. Before you go, if this episode inspired you and helped you to feel more confident, I'd love for you to leave me a written review on Apple Podcasts. Second, hop on over and join the free Facebook group at christianstylecommunity.com, where you'll find Jesus-loving women just like yourself learning about style and building a dream wardrobe. Get dressed, be radiant.